Jung's concept of synchronicity, those meaningful coincidences that defy ordinary explanation, finds an intriguing parallel here in the quantum world through phenomena of entanglement. In quantum physics, when two particles are entangled, their properties become linked such that measuring one instantaneously affects the state of another, no matter how far apart they are. This famously led Einstein to deride entanglement as spooky action at a distance, because it appears to violate the classical notion that objects can only influence each other through local interactions in space and time. Decades of experiments have confirmed that entanglement is real. Nature indeed allows non-local correlations that transcend classical separations. Now, quantum entanglement is usually framed in terms of particles, not human-scale events, and it doesn't carry meaning in the human sense. However, the similarities to synchronicities are hard to miss. In both cases, two separate entities show mysterious coordination without a known physical signal passing between them. In synchronicity, the coordination is between a subjective state of mind and an objective event or matter. In entanglement, it's between two physical particles or systems and the unrealized reality. Could these phenomena be hints of deeper connectivity woven into the fabric of reality? Some researchers have indeed speculated this connection, and I have all of my sources in the channel bio. I highly recommend going and checking it out. Physicist Wolfgang Pauli, working with Jung, wondered if the statistical acausality of quantum events might be the physical counterpart to the phenomenological acausality of synchronicities. Both, he thought, might arise from a more fundamental level of reality, where the distinction between psyche and matter dissolves. More recently, interdisciplinary scientists have explored what we might call cognitive entanglement or biological non-locality. For instance, a paper by neurobiologist Fred Held analyzed experiments suggesting that quantum non-locality could play a role in mind-brain interactions, possibly allowing mental states to influence physical processes without localized mechanisms. The Held reviews evidence and even proposes experiments to test if mental events can initiate neural events in ways that exploit quantum entanglement or tunneling, and whether conscious experience might involve non-local brain-wide coordination beyond classical neural networks. While this research is on the frontier and, of course, controversial, it represents a serious attempt to scientifically probe the mind's potential non-local aspects. Beyond individual brains, some have extended these ideas to collective consciousness or field theories of mind. The Jungian concept of the collective unconscious itself can be thought of as a field of sorts, a distributed mental realm that isn't localized in any one brain. Biologist Rupert Sheldrake proposed morphic fields that carry information and memory across individuals and time, suggesting a kind of field-based interconnection that could account for phenomena like telepathy or the sense of being stared at. Sheldrake's ideas are not mainstream, but they parallel Jungian thought in treating patterns of information, like archetypes or habits of nature, as existing in an unseen field that transcends space-time separation. Likewise, in mainstream physics, there is the concept of the quantum vacuum field, a substrate that pervades all space, within which all particles are just excitations. Some quantum consciousness theorists wonder if the vacuum, with its entanglement network, could be the carrier of a universal mind. This veers, of course, into speculative territory akin to philosopher Teilhard de Chardin's noosphere, or the idea of a cosmic consciousness field. To be clear, quantum entanglement, as understood by physicists, doesn't involve information or influence traveling faster than light. It preserves causality in a subtle way, its correlation without classical communication. Similarly, one cannot use entanglement in any simple way to send a message or control things at a distance. It's more like two distant lottery machines somehow always drawing matching numbers. Synchronicity, as an objective phenomena, might likewise be a causal correlation, not a way to control events, but a sign that events are coordinated by meaning. And amongst all of this, it's fascinating to note that quantum theory had to expand the notions of reality and causality, introducing complementarity, uncertainty, observer dependence, etc. And Jung felt psychology had to expand notions of reality and causality to include acausal connections, the reality of psyche, and so on. So, in both cases, the neat clockwork of universal classic physics was found insufficient. Modern cognitive science has even embraced the term non locality in a metaphorical sense. Cognitive psychologist Dean Radin speaks of non-local mind, and even mainstream psychology acknowledges phenomena like emotional contagion and empathy that creates synchronicity between individuals at a distance. While those may still operate through ordinary signals like facial expressions or microexpressions, the pattern is of alignment without direct communication of content, which is suggestive of a field-like link. Bridging back to von Franz, she viewed synchronicity as a glimpse of an underlying unitary reality, where the split between inner meaning and outer event is healed. In Jungian terms, that underlying reality was sometimes dubbed the psychoid level, a deep layer of the unconscious that is neither mind nor matter, and both. A kind of neutral realm or pattern or form that can manifest as either mental or physical. David Peat, a physicist who worked with David Bohm, wrote that even deeper than the collective unconscious lies the psychoid, which partakes of both matter and mind while remaining above their distinction. It is at the level of the psychoid that synchronicities occur. This is a striking statement. It implies that when we experience a synchronicity, we are seeing a direct emergence from that unified psychoid realm into both the psyche and physical world simultaneously. Bohm's own ideas resonate here. He spoke of an implicate order underlying the explicit order of everyday reality. In the implicate order, separation in space and time might be an illusion. Everything is enfolded together, which could naturally account for both quantum entanglement and phenomena like synchronicity or telepathy without violating any laws, because at that deeper level, the laws are different. In summary, synchronicity is the psychological domain and entanglement in the physical domain. Both hint that our universe is more deeply interconnected than classical models allow. While one deals in subjective meaning and the other in objective correlation, both challenge us to find a new framework, perhaps a unified field theory of consciousness and matter. Working on one of those. Whether through Jung's psychoid realm, Bohm's implicate order, or Fagin's conscious quantum fields, the message is that the division between mind and matter may dissolve if we go deep enough. So let's explore a compelling framework for this depth. The idea that our reality might have more than 3 spatial dimensions, or an extra dimension of time, offering a geometrical way to picture how consciousness and the physical world interrelate in the 4D hypersphere.